When you wake up early in the morning and you have the hot cup of tea in front of you, and you put the delicious cookie into that hot tea, and to your utter disbelief, more than half of the cookie has melted and only this much is left. And you looking at this cookie say, God, life is so unfair. How could this be happening to me? Today I'm not going to talk about such hardships of life which melts a cookie. I know those are quite difficult to handle. But today we are going to talk about hardships which melts your confidence, which melts your inner strength, which melts your drive for life. If you're going through a failure right now in your life, or if you have gone through failure in the past, let me tell you, failure is a gift. It will make you grow. I am a living proof that you can hit a rock bottom into a life and still transform into a life that is truly meaningful, that is truly purposeful. Hi, this is Atul. Let me walk you through my life. Scene 1. A little boy sitting on the last bench of a classroom, trying to hide not only from his teacher but from everybody else, looking anxious, absolutely scared, thinking, what if they ask me a question and how will I answer? Well, this is a state that every child goes through when he's put in English medium school from a vernacular medium. Well, that was me. Finally, the day arrived. Teacher asked me a question and I fumbled trying to gather my thoughts in English. And guess what? Teacher scolded me, all the classmates ridiculed me, and even that cute little girl who I kind of liked started laughing her heart out. My heart sank. My self-esteem went boom out of the window, and every ounce of my confidence was slashed into pieces. The next 4.5 years, I was in absolute deep depression. I wasn't able to lift my neck up just because of the fear that I had of everyone else. What would you do? I read a line somewhere which said, darling, you are a superstar. And I took the stairway to heaven and not to hell. Scene 2. I was working as a civil engineer in a construction firm. It was so different from the personality I was like. It was like asking a fish to climb up a tree, which it cannot. The same thing happened with me. I was emotionally choked from inside as a civil engineer. So I decided to say bye-bye to it forever. It was difficult initially and painful, but the voice whispered in my ears saying, darling, you're a superstar. And I took the stairway to heaven and not to hell. Scene 3. I began exploration for my passion for stage as an actor. I enjoyed exploring the psychological and behavioral aspects of the character in the script, the rehearsals, and the exploration of various human emotions and the live feedback of the audience with an applause or a chuckle really fascinated me. I was really having the time of my life. But then few wise men said, if you want your pocket and stomach to be full, you must move to mainstream cinema or television. I said, it's a great idea. Then I started giving auditions. I gave auditions after auditions and auditions for 11 years. And 600 plus auditions. Not many production houses hired me. Only 8 of them believed in me. And guess what? 3 of the films bombed, 2 never released, and 3 are still in production level. And then I moved to television. Television was something like, if you ask cricketer Rahul Dravid to hit a ball like Shahid Afridi for 6 every moment, what would he do? It won't work. And television didn't work for me. It was too fast. I think it needed a different kind of acting skill set for which I think I wasn't competent enough. So what? The television series fired me twice. What would you do? Again, a voice whispered in my ears, saying, darling, you are a superstar. And I took the stairway to heaven and not to hell. Now you might ask, hey Atul, wait. What is this stairway to hell and stairway to heaven? Let me tell you. Have you been to hell before? I've been there many a times. But I don't believe in hell or heaven after death, but that it exists right within us. Not convinced? Let me walk you through a short story. A tough samurai once visited a Zen master who was in his deep meditation. That samurai was absolutely discourteous and impatient and demanded in his husky voice, "Tell me the nature of hell and heaven right now." The Zen master opened his eyes, looked straight into the face of the samurai, and said, "Why should I bother answering to a shabby, disgusting person like you? Get out of my sight. I don't have time for your silly questions." This made the samurai absolutely angry, and in rage, he took his sword and decided to sever the head of the Zen master once and for all. As he was about to cut, the Zen master looked ferociously in the eyes of the samurai and declared, "That's hell." The hand of the samurai started trembling, his body froze, tears started coming out of his eyes, and he realized that anger had him in its grip. He realized that his mind had created his own hell, which is filled with resentment, anger, fear, frustration. He threw the sword aside, joined his palms, with tears in his eyes, bowed down to the Zen master in gratitude for this wonderful insight.
The master smilingly declared, "That's heaven."
So, the magical part about hell and heaven are that they don't lie somewhere up above the sky, but that they exist right within us. Not in the outside world, but in us. We experience hell and heaven right within us. Hell and heaven are states of mind. So basically, when we experience failure in our life, we experience emotions such as sorrow, fear, and we say, "Oh my God, I'm going through hell." Okay, so it's the failure from which the whole facade happens. So now let's explore step by step the birth of a failure. Well, you try to do something in life with a lot of happiness, a lot of passion, emotion. You have absolute dreams about it. You take massive actions and you utter disbelief. You don't get the result you expected. And what happens? You reach to the step one called as loss of expectations. And you say, "Oh my God, God, you don't exist." Do you stop at loss of expectations? If you would, then it was actually cool. But no, you go one step higher. And that is disappointment. Disappointment sounds something like this: "Oh my God, I tried everything. It didn't work. I can't believe I have to face this for my efforts. Now I know, God, you surely don't exist." But you stop at disappointment. If you would, then it was actually cool. But no, you go one step higher, and that is called hurt. Hurt sounds something like this: "Oh my God, I have tried everything and it didn't work. I can't believe this is the result I'm getting. Life is unfair." Tears, tears, tears. Do you stop at hurt? If you would, then it was actually cool. But no, you go one step higher and you say, "God, you don't exist." The one step higher is anger. You get angry. You say, "Oh my God," it sounds something like this: "God, I tried everything, but it didn't work. How could this be happening to me? It's unfair. Life is trash. Life is unfair." Now, I know you don't exist, God. Do you stop at anger? If you would, then it was okay. But no, you go one more step higher, and that is resentment. Resentment comes in two flavors basically: resentment with outside people and situation, and resentment with self. Resentment with outside people and situation sounds something like this: "Oh my God, I tried, but I failed because of him or her. I could have succeeded, but the luck was not in my favor." This is a place where you play the famous game, the blame game. The second kind of resentment with self sounds something like this: "Oh, I am the result of this failure. I deserve to suffer. It was all my fault. I'm a fool. I'm a pig. But you stop at resentment. No, you say, God, I know you don't exist. And you reach to another level. And that is called as depression. Depression sounds something like this. I tried. It didn't work. And it will never work. It's all over. It's all over. Now I know, God, you surely don't exist. This is a place of depression where you take the mindset of victim. You become the victim of people, you become the victim of situation. The step which started from loss of expectation goes right up till victim. And this is which I call as the stairway to hell. You start from loss of expectation and you go to hell, the stairway to hell. But there's a good news. The stairway, like hell, you have another stairway, a stairway to light, a stairway to fulfillment, and to which I call as the stairway to heaven. A stairway where there is fulfillment, a stairway where there is a lot of celebration. Well, what happens? You will have loss of expectations, no doubt about that. You will go to the second level called disappointment. It will happen. Then you will go to the third step called as hurt. It's okay. You will feel hurt when you are going through a failure. But what is important at this particular point is to shift your focus. From hurt, you must choose an empowering meaning. You must choose an empowering meaning. Nothing in life has any meaning than the meaning you give it. When failure steps into your door, you have only two options. Either to choose a disempowering meaning or to choose an empowering meaning. You have to decide what you have to label. You can say, oh my God, when the failure has come, it's the end of my life. You can say that. Or you can say, it's the beginning of my life. The choice is yours, my friend. You can say, when the failure knocks your door, oh, God is punishing me. That's your choice. Or you can say, it's a gift from God. The choice is yours. Well, when you choose an empowering meaning, what happens? You feel empowered. When you feel empowered, you take empowering actions. When you take empowering actions, you become an example to which people can look up to. Not somebody who plays a victim card. And this way, you reach to which I call the stairway to heaven. Stairway to heaven. You know, there are two real life examples which I can give you right now. Number one, Pallami Patel, failure she had, 75 to 80% burnt and an amputated arm, 16 years and 45 surgeries on her. Empowering meaning she chose. She says, and I quote, I had only two choices in my life, either to give up and drown myself in self-pity or to make peace with the situation and face it with a smile. When life gives you opportunities, you must grab them with both the hands. I did it with one and half. And there she became an example to who people can look up to. She didn't choose the victim card. Now let's look at the second example. Dada Rao Bilhore, failure he had. He lost his 16-year-old child Prakash in a road accident thanks to a pothole. Empowering meaning he chose. After a month of his son's demise, he took a shovel, few paver blocks, stones, sand, and started filling every pothole that he saw in Mumbai. From 2015 till date, he has filled over 900 potholes. Empowering meaning he chose, he says, and I quote, every pothole that I fill in Mumbai is a Shraddhanjali, a tribute to my son Prakash. And he became an example. He didn't choose to be a victim of people's situation. He became an example. Empowering meaning I chose. You remember my school days? What happened after that event? You want to know? Well, I chose an empowering meaning. I said to myself, okay, they laugh at me. Great. If they laugh at me, that means I'm funny. Wow, that's great. So if they laugh, even I will laugh with them. So I chose to become an example, and I spoke in front of hundreds and hundreds of people for the very first time. It happened. And I killed the monster within me, the fear within me. The 4.5 years of depression, the pain was not really a punishment from God, but it was a gift. A gift that transformed me as a person. And look, I'm talking in front of you because I chose an empowering meaning. After that, I felt, oh, I think killed the fear, but I should kill it forever. So I took up to stage as an actor. That's how funny life is. And I started acting as an actor. Yes, there were a lot of lows, but there were a lot of silver linings. As an actor, I got a lot of recognition as an actor for international film festivals. Yes, there was a film which a lot of people in the film fraternity said, you must get a national award for that. That film never released. But watching that actor who you look up to, he sends you a message saying, oh, I loved your work. You have a bright future. Can we work together? I mean, it was a dream come true. What else you want? And he signed me for his web series as a protagonist. Well, that was my acting hero, the acting maestro, Vikram Gokhale. When everything seemed fantastically well, a biggest gift of my life arrived. I felt I had a long sleep. I opened my eyes to see all my close ones in absolute tears, absolute agony and pain. And just then, a teddy bear kind of a fat doctor comes up to me and says, are you okay? Are you feeling okay? And I said, okay, doctor, I mean, what really happened with me? He said, we just completed a procedure on you. I said, what actually happened to me? He said, nothing big, my dear. You just suffered a massive heart attack. I said, wait a minute. A lot of time went. And this thought couldn't sink in my mind. And I said, how could this be happening to me? And then after that, I said, well, darling, maybe this is a gift from God. And a voice whispered in my ears once again, darling, you are a superstar. Well, the functioning of my heart is only up to 35% as opposed to a healthy heart, which is 65%. Well, after all this pain, what would you do? I again had two choices, to take the stairway to hell or to take the stairway to heaven. I once again chose to take the stairway to heaven. An unexpected transformation took place within me. I felt at peace, very much calm. There was no pain, no sorrow, no grief. I decided to choose an empowering meaning one more time. I said, let's look beyond myself. Let me go out and help some people. Let me contribute into the world around. I said to myself, wow, one more gift. Congratulations. Let's use it. Let's embrace it. Let's look beyond ourselves. Let's help some people around. I chose an empowering meaning one more time. I could have chosen to be a victim, but no. I said, let me be an example to which people can look up to and say, oh, if he could turn it around, so can I. Today, I'm a proud founder of this company called Intentions.
I started educating people on mental health, helped thousands and thousands of people build self confidence, helped people overcome their depression. I have saved innumerous marriages from separation, helped potential suicides to find a new meaning to life.
Well, life has a special message for you. You want to know? Life says, I will beat you to your knees and will keep you permanently there if you let me. I will be hard on you no matter how strong you are. Well, when failure happens in your life, you always have two choices, either to take the stairway to hell or to take the stairway to heaven. The choice to take the right decision will always be in your hand, my friend. Quality of your life has nothing to do with the conditions of your life, but by the decisions that you take in your life. Well, if you ask me, Atul, what is the biggest gift that a failure gives you? Well, I would say a failure makes you a better person. Only if you choose an empowering meaning. But along the way, if you struggle in life and you start doubting yourself, just tell yourself with smile on your face and love in your heart, darling, you are a superstar. Thank you very much.